Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is day 6 of the 12 days of Jena's Faves. I'm super excited because we're going to be counting down some of the best of 2022. And first, I want to talk about the top 10 best complexion products. This was a year of foundation. If you guys remember, we were getting a ton of foundation releases, especially during the beginning of the year. So there's lots to talk about today and to narrow down which ones were the absolute best this year. Now, this is no particular order because all of these are stellar. The first one we're going to be talking about is the #1 to Chanel foundation. This is actually the foundation I am wearing today. This is a beautiful foundation. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. This is gorgeous packaging, frosted glass base. We do have the very clean, minimalistic, classic Chanel packaging. There's the double C at the very top of the lid. This does come with a pump, and you can tell mine's used. I had to clean that up a little bit. Actually disperses the product really nicely, either on a brush or a sponge, however you want to actually apply it. This is available at Chanel.com and luxury retailers. It's not at Sephora because Sephora does not carry Chanel makeup as far as I understand it. But this one is beautiful because it does have that really nice, incredibly subtle luminosity to it. It is not a glowy product, I would say, where you have to be really worried about the glow, but it's a beautiful medium coverage that's just like your skin, but better. For myself, I like to add a really nice, strong, glowy primer underneath, and that's what I did today, just to give my skin a little bit more of that luminosity. It's just this perfectly beautiful, versatile product. It doesn't clash with any of my primers or anything. It's just perfect. Long wearing as well. We do have at least 12 hours with this for it looking perfect. It's gorgeous. I would say the only downside of this product is the limited shade range that Chanel typically offers. They are getting better as years go on, but I do think that they have a long way to go with range. So if you are able to get your match, I do think it is perfect. And hopefully in future years, they continue to develop this line so there's more and more shades for everyone. Next, we have to talk about this foundation. This is from Lancome. This is the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Care and Glow Foundation. So beautiful, you guys. This one is so lovely. Again, the only con with this, fragrance. So just to kind of forewarn right off the jump, there's a bit of fragrance in this one. It is perfumey and flowery by nature. So if you are a sensitive skin gal, this is not going to work for you, unfortunately. It's definitely a glowy product, but it's not overly glowy where you're greasy or too radiant. This is a beautiful, beautiful product. Medium coverage as well. I do think there's a theme with a lot of these. They are going to be medium for the most part. This one does have sunscreen as well. It's SPF 27. And the gorgeous packaging of this is beautiful also. I love the white cap. I think it's beautiful. Love the glass as well. This was not available in Canada for such a long time, and it's finally here as of a few months ago. So of course it's not like just arrived in Canada, but it was delayed for us, and I wonder if it was the sunscreen component. Not really sure, because sunscreens for us always get a second look based on our regulations and stuff, but I think that might be the reason. I don't know. Either way, it is there now. The shade I have here is 305N. This one is so beautiful. Love that you can build this. I love that it's your skin with that extra glow. You don't need to add a primer with this. If you want, you can be extra glowy and add a primer. But this is not one where you need a glowy primer underneath for it to have its full potential. It's just that gorgeous, slightly radiant finish, nothing too overkill, just perfect. Next, we have the Hourglass foundation. This is the Ambient Soft Glow foundation, my favorite foundation from Hourglass easily. This is so beautiful. I do think this range, despite undertone, whether they say neutral or warm or cool, whatever, I do think this line leans peachy just as a whole. I've tried a few shades with this and they always seem to be a little bit on the peachy side. So just so you guys know that. This is gorgeous though. This is also medium coverage. This also has a glow. I wouldn't say it has the same amount of glow as the Lancome. It's kind of like in between the Chanel and the Lancome. For a little bit of glow, but nothing too crazy. I do notice with this one, it's a perfect natural finish with a little bit of that glow. It's not going to be overpowering on the skin. It's just kind of that healthy skin finished look. This is so stunning. The shade I have here is 4.5. Also love the packaging of this because we do have that nice glass base, beautiful dark brown lid that's classic to the Hourglass branding. This one just feels very weightless on the skin as well. It's something I have repeatedly come to wear as of recently when I want to have that really nice medium coverage buildable look but not feel too heavy on the skin. You can really layer primers underneath, powders over top, base products over top, and it's never going to feel too heavy. So I really like this one. This one's definitely made my top 10 list of the year. Let's talk about the first skin tint that has made the countdown. This is the Tower 28 Sunny Days skin tint. Shade I have in this is number 15, Melrose. I've talked about this in previous videos very recently actually because it's really the skin tint I've been grabbing a ton, especially over some last year favorites. We talked about this already. So this one is super beautiful. I love the packaging because it's fun and different, but it's still this gorgeously luxurious kind of experience. Like it's fun, it's creative, it's not super plain looking, but it's still beautifully done. So I love that. This does have sunscreen in it. This is an SPF 30. And this one is really lovely. The coverage, because it's a tint, is light. So just so you guys know, this is not going to give you a ton of coverage. I sort of use my rosacea as a bit of a scale for me when it comes to coverage. I do have redness on my cheeks, rosacea that I've been trying to work on for a while, and I can tell the coverage based purely on how it covers that. So for this light coverage, it will not cover my redness, so I do need to either put a concealer underneath or I need to put a color corrector underneath, but if you want to just kind of embrace your skin as it is, this is light, buildable, but not much more, probably a little bit under medium. This is a different applicator style as well. It actually is a dropper more so you can squeeze it out. I would say that natural finish with a bit of glow is exactly what you're going to get. This one is fully fragrance free for those of you guys wondering, and if you are sensitive to fragrance, I think that's a big win. And also the sunscreen in here is a mineral sunscreen as well. Let's talk about another skin tint, which I think is the absolute most dewy in this entire lineup. So heads up, if you are not a dewy fan, you're not going to be a fan of this, but this is actually in the name. Dewy is in the name. This is the Vital Skincare Dewy Skincare Drops from Westman Atelier. Westman Atelier is founded by Gucci Westman, so that's Jennifer Aniston's makeup artist if you guys are unfamiliar. I love the clean, minimalistic packaging of this brand. It's a brand I've just slowly started to discover. It's really that embracing your own beauty and enhancing it with makeup. Nothing with heavy coverage or overkill to hide or mask the features of your face that make you unique. So I love this one for that. This is a light coverage because it's a tint and by far the dewiest. If you are a little bit too over applying with this, you will be very dewy quickly. So I do think there's a teeny bit of a learning curve, but once you get the hang of this, it's this gorgeous, beautiful product. It's also got this dropper style as well. A little goes a long way, which is part of the learning curve. If you feel like, okay, I need a lot more, then the dew is gonna turn right up. You'll see what I mean. Keep it on the lighter side. You will be very shocked at how little you will need, but this is really an embracing your own skin type idea. Dewy finish, light coverage, very hydrating, and also because of the skincare ingredients, it improves your skin's texture as you use it and also firmness of the skin as well. This next one has definitely made my favorites only because it's a beautiful glow foundation, but I feel like there's some very interesting opinions with this one. You either love it or you hate it. It's kind of that overall consensus I'm getting from you guys. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is actually a shade that I don't typically use. I got this in PR, so it's quite warm. You guys can see it's number 4 warm. This is not my shade. It's already too warm and too peachy. So I'll actually show you guys my shade in a second, but I pulled this up and I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't my shade. This one has hyaluronic acid in it. It has skincare ingredients in it, and it does have a radiance. So although she says in her marketing it's a natural finish, I actually would disagree slightly. I do think this one has more of a radiance than you realize. So the finish does have a slight radiance to it, and it really does make your skin look gorgeous. The key with this one is to not over apply it. If you do, you will bump up that dewiness and that radiance, and it's gonna look too shiny on your skin. So it's really that one where once you perfect application style, you'll be very surprised how your skin will look, but be patient with that. Do not over apply it. This is medium coverage, can be built to full. So for me, when I use my cheek area as an example, I'll put it over my cheeks and then just target the redness on my cheeks. I'm not going to put a whole full layer over top because then it starts to get much more dewy than I realize. And you know me, I like radiance, but there is an upper limit. There's definitely an upper limit. It does hydrate the skin lovely. It does blur pores slightly. It does offer that nice glow. And for the skincare ingredients too, it's perfect for keeping your skin healthy. So this is my shade here. This is 3 Neutral for those of you guys wondering. It is certainly a lot less warm and peachy than the other one I was talking about. So 3 Neutral, if you guys are the same shade that I am, is what I use. Once again, we have another skincare loving foundation. This one is from Kosas. This has also made my top 10 complexion products of the year. This is a very lovely surprise. This is one that surprised me for sure, and only because I'm not super familiar with this brand. There's a lot of products in this brand that I'm slowly discovering. I do like their powder. I love their lip glosses. This is one that I was like, okay, let's see. I do like the concealer too, actually. This one has sunscreen SPF 25. It also has hyaluronic acid. It also has niacinamide in it, so it does claim to continue to improve your skin. We are talking about that theme this year of having the skincare within our base products to improve our skin while wearing our makeup, which is really kind of a cool concept. This one is also medium coverage. It's also a natural finish. I think that's the perfect way to describe it. I would not call this a glowy one. This one is also an Allure 2022 Beauty winner, so it has won awards. Very natural, gorgeous skin finish, but it doesn't lean dewy or radiant at all. If you do want to add that, you'll have to put that with your primers. So this one is really lovely. Once again, pump as well. I also kind of like that cool like graffiti cap. I think that's just really unique to the brand and still keeps it really nice and fun. Next, we have the Haus Labs by Lady Gaga foundation. This is a lovely one too. This one is called the Triclone foundation, once again with skincare loving ingredients in it, except these are harder to pronounce. I'm not actually familiar with these. Fermented arnica, I've never heard of before. I'll see if Sephora talks about it because I'm not sure what that claims. Oh, it says it reduces redness and irritation. Now keep in mind my redness, my rosacea is quite deep set in my skin. I wouldn't say I have noticed an improvement, but perhaps I have to go through a full bottle of this and be using it daily. I'm reviewing makeup constantly and wearing all sorts of different products. I'm not sure I can say that's a claim that this product makes yet because I haven't seen that personally. This one has a couple like trademark complexes as well, according to Sephora. It's a proprietary blend of medicinal herbs that promotes healing and calming as well. It's called the Intellizen 7 complex. Never heard of that before personally. And there's also a Bioferment 7 complex that's trademarked, consisting of a blend of super antioxidants. So there's lots of skincare loving ingredients in here for those of you guys that are interested in that. But for myself, the finish is beautiful on this. It's definitely a medium natural finish foundation. There's kind of a theme with that this year with my favorites as well. I do think I more so lean towards the medium, the buildable, one where I can have some flex with how much coverage I'm actually looking for. This one feels very weightless on the skin as well, so it's barely there when it's fully set down. No oxidization with this one, it's perfect. The shade I use here is 110 Light Neutral. I really like that Haus Labs did this rebranding because I was really not that interested in the brand beforehand, and then they did the work and they repackaged and redid some stuff, and now I'm so glad I found this foundation because it's definitely made my top 10. Next, we have our last skin tint that has made this countdown this year. This is from Iconic London. It is the Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint. It's got a lovely name. I love this one though. I really have been impressed with this brand as well. This one does blur the pores slightly, but I think its strength is really this gorgeous, unique finish that's sort of like on the satiny side. It's like a satin natural, leans a teeny bit matte. Not quite though. I'm not really a matte gal myself, so it's not matte enough that I'm like, oof, this doesn't look good. It's just that gorgeous like satin pull. Makes your skin look really lovely, like just gorgeous. So I love that. It really does feel like there's like this slight smoothing effect that happens with the skin with this one. Light coverage as well because it is a tint. I have paired this with their primer, which is gorgeous, but you don't need the primer to enjoy this one, so I love that. The shade I use is Neutral Light, and you do have to shake this one. It is gorgeous with the packaging. This one is plastic with the metallic cap. Definitely very hydrating on the skin as well, but it's really that embrace your own skin. Not a ton of coverage, can be buildable to a medium, but that's really the maximum. It's just this really, really lovely, lightweight, gorgeous glow skin tint that's perfect for lighter makeup days. We're down to the last foundation of this countdown. This is from NARS. I had to include this in this year's because I was really, really impressed with it. This is the Light Reflecting Foundation from NARS Cosmetics. So gorgeous, you guys. The glass base, the matte cap. NARS is great for their sleek, classic packaging. Their branding is stunning. So I really, really love this. This is in the shade, let's see, Salzburg Light 3.5. This is lovely. Medium coverage, natural with a little bit of a glow as well. This one does have a pump applicator, just so you guys know. And once again, skincare loving ingredients. I swear, that was the year 2022. We have to add some skincare in our bases. So I love that. This one actually has oat in it to help smooth and reduce redness. It has peptides, it has milk thistle in it. So it's really this cool, unique blend for a foundation, and it has not irritated my skin at all. It's very, very lightweight. It does have that really slight, gorgeous light reflecting quality, which sort of translates like a glow from within, almost like a backlight is kind of pushing against your skin as if it's like shining from the back, you know? It's just that really, really beautiful medium buildable coverage, very, very easy to wear, and just pair with any primer underneath. I do think this has been a very versatile foundation, one that I have been going back to multiple times throughout the year and definitely worth checking out. Now let's get on to the giveaway prize of day 6. I'm so excited because I've partnered with Tarte Cosmetics for this giveaway. You guys know they've recently launched their Tartelette Energy palette, and I'm super excited because they sent me an additional palette and blush from the Energy collection to gift to one of you guys for a giveaway prize. So this is the gorgeous little package that it comes in. I'm going to leave it here and I'm going to show you guys my palette and the blush as well so you guys can see, but this is what the winner will receive. The Energy blush has the exact same beautiful marbling packaging like the palette does. It's a gorgeous pop of vibrant pink. You guys can see that, almost like a pinky purple. So it's definitely kind of like a gorgeous like highlighter purple pink, but one that you can keep subtle or build up because that Amazonian clay formula is super smooth and just allows you to have complete control. So I love that this one is just a gorgeous highlighter pinky purple. I think this is going to be great for like spring personally, but I do think you can use it whenever you want. The showstopper, the Tartelette Energy palette. I recently ranked this as number 3 out of my last 9 palettes I've tried. So it's definitely very, very strong, well-performing palette from Tarte. The Tartelette palettes are consistently very, very dependable. And I do think that the Tarte palettes are great for beginners because they're very lovely when it comes to formulation. I feel like the mattes are more on the powdery side, so you get that gorgeous practice of just building mattes up, blending them, smoothing them out, and diffusing them. So I love the arrangement of shades in here from the pinks, the purples, the golds. You guys know Tarte does that very, very well. And there's also that really gorgeous column of depth to add some smokiness if you want. It's the Amazonian clay formula as well, if you guys are familiar. Very lovely. This palette, as well as the blush, is going to the winner for today's prize. Once again, subscribe to my channel. And for today's comment entry, let's see. I think today I'm going to ask you to write down your top complexion product of the year. Let me know down below what your favorite is. I'm super curious. That will be your contest entry. And if you want additional entries, once again on Instagram, you can follow me there and leave me a DM that you want to be entered into day 6 for an additional entry to the Tarte prize. Good luck on today's giveaway, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the top complexion products of 2022. My little helper is here to say goodbye, but I really hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye, guys.